We had a full moon last week. We have another one already.
It's daylight savings time. Whenever you have the
Stop. No, I can I vote no? All right. Are you Alexander Thornton? Just a second. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Thornton, in cause number 24, DCCR 0323, you're charged with the second-degree felony offense of fraudulent use or possession of a credit or debit card in an amount between 10 and 50, and that's from September 23rd of 2023. And how do you plead to that charge? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Okay, so you signed some paperwork here with your attorney, Mr. Barrington, for a plea of guilty with an exchange for.
Before this courtroom session even gets underway, you can already sense that this isn't going to be routine. Multiple defendants, multiple charges, and some major decisions that could change lives in seconds. From plea deals being questioned to probation second chances and even bond increases after repeated violations, this courtroom becomes a powerful example of how quickly things can turn. One wrong move, one moment of hesitation, and a deal can disappear forever. So the question is, when you're standing before a judge, do you take the deal or risk everything at trial? Let's break it all down.
Or plea bargain. Is that not what you want to do?
Yeah, yes, ma'am, depending on what the my back time was.
So here's the thing. First of all, first thing is either you did it or you didn't
Yes,
do
ma'am.
it. You don't get to say, I did it, but only if I get a great deal and whatever. Either you did or you didn't. So if you want me to accept a plea agreement, then you either take responsibility or we can have a jury trial. I mean,
Your Honor, is that, did I have a moment with my client?
yeah, sure. Because it looks like this is for that there's some credit that he will receive, but I'm going to make sure everybody knows if it's a plea for TDC that he's got to go into custody.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. I'll hold it for a minute.
Thank you.
Let's see, back on the record with Mr. Thornton. Mr. Barrington, are y'all ready to proceed?
Your Honor, I am. Is that I'm going to need to make a record with my client.
Sure.
If I may. Mr. Thornton, would you please state your name for the record?
Alexander Thornton.
Okay. Now, sir, a couple of weeks ago, the state made a plea offer to us of 3 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And at that time, I went over that plea offer with you, and you said that you were interested in taking that, accepting that, but that we needed to straighten some things out with some pending cases in Jasper. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And so isn't it correct, sir, that we came before the court, told the court we were going to accept this deal, correct?
Correct.
And since that time, I've negotiated and discussed things in Jasper, is that, and tentatively had a deal worked out for you up there, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And is that, and so then today we appeared here today, correct?
Correct.
Is that I went over the paperwork with you, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Is that you signed the paperwork, correct?
Correct.
And it was the offer that the state made, correct?
Correct.
In that you, and I also went over the range of punishment with you in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I explained to you that the range of punishment in this case is no less than 2 years and up to 20 years, correct?
Yes, sir.
And also, you also faced up to a $10,000 fine, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I also went over the fact of that you were going to have to plead guilty to this offense, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that you signed the papers, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that, and then we got up here, is that, and the court asked you how you pled, correct?
Correct.
And at that time, you informed the court that you were pleading not guilty, right?
Correct.
And we took a break and we went out in the hall, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I discussed the fact of if you believe in your innocence that you cannot plead guilty to something that you did not do, right?
Correct.
Okay. And at that time, you professed to me your innocence, correct?
Correct.
Is that, and I said, okay, do you understand that by pleading not guilty in this case, that the state is going to revoke their plea offer of 3 years, right?
Correct.
And that in all probability, we're going to have a jury trial in this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that you could, if you're, and that's going to be a guilt innocent phase, right?
Yes, sir.
and then with a jury of your peers, and then also going to include, if you're found guilty, a punishment phase, right?
Right.
And I explained all that to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand everything that I explained to you?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, and do you understand that if you persist in this, that this plea offer is off the table, we're going to trial? That's what the prosecutor's informed me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and so do you fully understand the way these proceedings are going at this point?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, well, I have,
Here,
you
let me,
understand? Yes, ma'am.
that's, I mean, I think anything further you need to get into is attorney-client
Yes,
privilege
ma'am.
probably. So, Mr. Thornton, it's real easy. Either you enter a plea of guilty, accept responsibility for a plea offer. You could enter a plea of guilty, accept responsibility, leave your punishment open to the court, or you can go to a trial and let a jury decide. Those are your three options. So all I need to know is what you want to do, and I want to make sure you do understand that if you don't want this deal and you're not guilty, that's fine. That's what juries are for. But you will not get this offer again after today. So if we put it on the trial docket, it will be expected to go to trial. If you change your mind later, it will be to some different either plea agreement or open to the court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So what part do you not understand?
Well, Your Honor, if I could, maybe feel free to explain.
Well, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to talk about the facts of the case. Okay. I'm taking a look at the probable cause. I have a very limited understanding of what the allegations are. That's kind of not my position right now or what I need to be getting into. That's for either a jury. But your attorney, Mr. Barrington, obviously knows what the state's evidence is and what they would put forward at a trial in front of a jury. So that's important for you to discuss with him. You have every right, again, to have a jury decide if you're guilty and what your punishment would be. And what do you want to do?
I would like a jury trial.
All right. So I'm going to delete this paperwork. We'll set your case on the trial docket. I'm going to make a notation. I don't necessarily need a rejection since we've really kind of gone through this. There will be a notation of what this offer was. And again, that offer's off the table after today. And we'll get your case on the trial docket. Mr. Barrington will begin preparation for trial. All right, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
May I continue to translate for you, Ron?
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are back on, again, you're Juan Martinez.
De vuelta, sos señor Martínez? Sí, señor. Yes, ma'am.
And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
On the lesser included, Judge.
Class A resisting.
Yes.
Mr. Martinez,
Señor Martínez.
the state has elected to proceed on the lesser offense
Pero, pensa
of a Class A misdemeanor resisting arrest
del delito de categoría A, resistir arresto,
from from March 23rd of 2025.
en marzo 23 del 2025.
And how do you plead to that charge?
Ese cargo, ¿cómo te declaras? Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
¿Y te estás declarando culpable por tu propia voluntad? Yes, Judge.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they've charged you with?
¿Y te estás declarando culpable porque hiciste lo que están alegando? Yes.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them
Tengo acá en la tableta unos documentos que tiene tu firma,
that the state's marked as exhibit number 1.
que el Estado ha marcado como exhibit número 1.
Before you signed these, did you go over them with your attorney?
Antes de firmar tus documentos, ¿les pasaste con tu abogado? Sí, sí, señor. Sí, señor. Yes, ma'am.
And did he fully explain these documents to you and translate them in Spanish?
Y el abogado tuyo te lo explicó completamente y te lo tradució en la lengua. Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for 1 year deferred probation.
Y luce como que el acuerdo a que has llegado con el Estado es un año probatorio deferida.
There would be a $300 fine,
Va a haber una multa de $300
and you would be required to follow all of the rules of probation.
y tenés que seguir todas las reglas de probatorio. Yes, ma'am.
And is that your understanding of the agreement?
Ese es tu entendimiento del acuerdo que firmaste. Yes, ma'am.
And you understand if I follow that agreement, you cannot change your mind or appeal your
Y
case.
entendés que si yo decido aceptar este acuerdo, no puedes cambiar de opinión o cliente y no puedes apelar este caso. Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me. And are you a citizen of the United States?
¿Sos ciudadano de Estados Unidos? No, ma'am.
I want to make sure you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen,
entendiendo que si no sos ciudadano americano,
a plea of guilty or no contest
una declaración de
could result in your deportation,
podría resultar en contestación familiar
exclusion from admission to the country,
que no te permita el país
or denial of naturalization under federal law.
o que te nieguen la ciudadanía americana o las leyes federales.
Do you understand?
¿Entiendes eso? Sí, señor. Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number one.
No objections.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Martinez is not competent?
No, Your Honor. My opinion is that he is competent.
Mr. Martinez, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily.
Puede aceptar que es una declaración de culpabilidad por la propia voluntad.
Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequence of your plea.
Estoy diciendo que estás bien mental, entender las consecuencias de todo este proceso y la consecuencia de tu declaración.
Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty.
Y encuentro suficiente evidencia para encontrarte culpable,
However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney
pero voy a seguir el acuerdo que hiciste con la fiscalía
and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 1 year.
y voy a deferir todos los procedimientos y ponerte una probatoria de 1 año.
You're ordered to pay the $300 fine
Tienes que te ordenan de que pagues la multa de $200
and to follow all of the rules of probation.
y que sigas todas las reglas que te imponga foto. Y espera,
If you do all of that, this is a great opportunity
si haces todo esto, es una muy buena oportunidad.
because you don't have the conviction on your record.
Tenemos a ser convictos de tu récord.
And if you successfully complete the probation,
Y si cumplís la probatoria de manera satisfactoria,
the case will be dismissed and you'll never have the conviction on your
el
record.
caso va a ser desestimado y no vas a tener la convicción de los récords. Y espera,
If you violate any condition of probation,
si más cualquier condición de la prueba,
you'll be brought back into court,
se volverá delante de mí,
found guilty of the misdemeanor
ahí
offense,
sí te voy a declarar culpable
and sent to the county jail for up to 1 year.
y te puedo mandar a la cárcel por hasta 1 año.
You understand?
Y espera,
All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification
acá te estoy dando la certificación de la corte,
that shows this was an agreement that I followed, so you waived your right to appeal.
demostrando que este fue un acuerdo que yo seguí, entonces estás hablando el derecho de apel.
Probation will need to talk to you today, and I'm sure your attorney will help you with that. She's sitting at that desk right over there. If y'all will just stop and talk to her on your way out.
Probatoria va a tener que hablar contigo hoy antes que nos vayamos. La señora que está sentada ahí, vamos a hablar con eso. Saliendo de acá, vamos a hablar con ella. ¿Hay alguno más? No. That's it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck.
Maybe excuse me.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. This is Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith is standing in for Tommy.
Good morning, sir. Are you Delvin Jones?
Yes.
And Mr. Parker, will your client waive the formal reading of the motion?
He will, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, in cause number 19-33420, I have a motion to revoke your community supervision. Shows that you were placed on probation September 28th of 2020 for the state jail felony offense of credit or debit card abuse. That was a 2-year term in state jail prison that was probated for 5 years. Is that correct?
Yes.
This motion alleges that you violated your probation. In count 1, it alleges that you committed the new offense of theft of property April 17th of 2024 in Llano County, Texas. And is that true or not true?
True.
Did you enter your plea of true to count 1 freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And because you actually did what they listed in there.
Yes.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes.
And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
And it looks like the agreement is for me to continue your probation, extend
Extended 2 years, and at the bottom it says run concurrently with the probation in Llano County.
I guess, I mean, to say it runs concurrent doesn't really mean,
Well, I understand. I mean,
because if he gets off of that one early, it doesn't
Right.
mean he gets off of
Right.
this
I
one
understand,
early.
Judge.
So so the understanding is to extend it for 2 years,
Right.
pretty much.
Right.
I just don't want that to change, make some
I understand.
agreement later
Right.
that we don't want to be bound by. So I'm going to mark through that runs
Okay.
concurrently
That's no
with
problem.
it. And I see probation is here. Thank you, ma'am. And is that what you would suggest as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. All right, then. All right, Mr. Jones, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of true to count one freely and voluntarily. Find that count true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation. However, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you this opportunity to remain on probation. I'm going to extend your probation for 2 years. Obviously, you're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, especially you're ordered not to be arrested or charged or convicted of anything else. Not anything, but the fact that you picked up a theft after a credit debit card abuse gives me some concern because it's the same type of behavior. So this is a great opportunity. You will not get it again. Do you understand? You understand?
Yes.
All right.
He's on probation. He's in the Austin area, and I think they're aware of that. So
All right. So I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed. So you've waived any right to appeal. And then if probation needs to talk to you before you leave, just make sure you talk to your probation officer. Hang on just a second. I'm waiting on something to print.
yeah, okay. Not yet. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Stop and talk to probation right over there on your way out, please. Thank you. For whatever reason, Mr. Allen, we have not been getting updates with regard to your drug patch. And while you've had it on regularly, you've literally tested positive every single time. So I'm going back now. I mean, you tested negative today, but you've tested positive for cocaine starting back in December of 24. January of 25 tested positive for THC. The end of January of 25 again positive for cocaine. First part of February 25 positive for THC. End of February positive for THC. March of 2025 positive for THC. April positive for THC and cocaine. May of 2025 positive for THC and cocaine. June of 2025 positive for cocaine. And so as frustrated as I am with you right now, I'm frustrated that I have a bond condition that I have had no idea that you've been violating and using marijuana and cocaine solid for.
I don't even use it. I guess it took me a little time for my system to be clean. But
It doesn't take 1.5 years for your system to get clean.
Yeah, I know the last time I came in court, that was the last time.
No, at this point, I mean, I've got one from March 8th of 2026. So that's the one that they just tested, which they took, looks like off of you maybe March 3rd. So we're talking last week, you got one changed and it tested positive for cocaine. All right. So I'm going to find that obviously these are a violation of your bond conditions. The fact that you've been able to get away with it and this amount of time is ridiculous. I'm going to raise your bond in all of your cases. In each case, I'm raising your bond to $50,000 in each case. Condition of those bonds obviously is that you have a drug patch, but it's also that you not use drugs. So it's not okay to have a drug patch and test positive. That's not exact. You probably shouldn't.
I promise you ain't gonna see no.
It's too late. You can go back with the bailiff. Mr. Burbank will visit with you.
Okay.
When did you use meth?
I haven't used meth now. I've been around people. I've been using it. I stay with a girl. She's pregnant, and I struggle with it.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
You're typically not going to test positive just for being in the same area.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay.
Mhm.
If you're that close to somebody using it, then you know better.
Yes.
And there's already an issue because you're here for a sentencing in clause number 25 DCCR 1393.
Mhm.
And you've already have been on probations, felony probations that have been revoked. And in addition, you deny that you even knew what was going on the day. And so you denied the offense. And so for those reasons at this time, based on, I'm not necessarily saying I'm going to not accept the plea agreement, but what I am going to do is I'm going to raise your bond in your case today, and I'm going to raise it to $50,000.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll reset the case 2 weeks for sentencing. I'm not going to sentence someone if I think they're under the influence.
Yes, ma'am.
We've already got, I feel like Maybe not. Hold on. Can they do a substance abuse evaluation in custody?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
How long would that take?
We can get it done this week. Should be able to get it done this week.
All right, so I'll reset the case 2 weeks. We'll get a substance abuse evaluation taken care of, and then if there's any recommendations based on that, then we will get that taken care of.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you make that $50,000 bond,
Mhm.
a condition of it is that you have to wear a drug patch
Yes,
at
ma'am.
all times.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't care who you're around, what you're doing. If it
Yes, ma'am.
tests positive, I'm going to have to assume that it's because you're using.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you're living somewhere where people are using methamphetamine,
Mhm.
you ought to not be living there.
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Go back with the bailiff. Bart Thibodeau,
As well.
and will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He does.
Mr. Thibodeau, in cause number 25 DCCR 0339, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of solicitation of prostitution from December 19th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you sign these, did you go over them with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes.
And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you reached is for a 4-year deferred probation. There would be a $1,000 fine and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
And is there going to be a dismissal in the other case? What is the,
Yes, Judge, at sentencing, if the court will allow, I also would like to request a substance abuse assessment. I don't have reason to believe today that there will be a positive test. I know the court has other matters to attend to
Okay.
this morning, but that will be part of any plea negotiation.
so with everyone's permission, I just want to, it's not on the plea bargain agreed recommendation page that it is the agreement to
Yes.
dismiss that
Yes.
cause number 25 DCCR 0755. Is that your understanding? Do you also understand, sir, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Thibodeau is not competent?
None.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you and your case, and we'll come back later for sentencing. I am going to ask them to do a substance abuse assessment as well, just to make sure if there's any issues that need to be addressed on sentencing and while you're on probation. Today, when you leave the courtroom, you need to stop and talk to probation. She's at that desk right over there, and then we'll see you back at sentencing. All right, you're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, sir, I need your discovery certification before you leave. There's a, in the box right there on council table. If you'll get your signature and your clients, and then we'll need you to talk to the DA and forward the exhibit that's supposed to be attached to it. But I need that one today, please. Thank you.
Pre-trial diversion for this case. She has a completely clean criminal history.
You haven't filed anything yet
I
on
haven't filed it yet. I want to discuss it first with Mr. Nicholas. See if he would be a man.
Well, why don't y'all talk about that this morning, and that way,
That's right.
okay, I'll hold it. Just have a seat, ma'am.
Good
Good morning, sir. You're Juan Martinez,
Buenos días, Juan Martínez. Yes, ma'am.
and this is 25 DCCR
Okay, sí, pues this is,
0401.
paso seguinte.
And Mr. Martinez is charged with assault on a peace officer.
Hacer pendiente de asaltar a un policía.
And what is the announcement?
Judge, we previously worked out a deal, so I believe we're ready to plea this case today.
Okay, I'll hold it while y'all take care of the paperwork. It's all on the tablet. We've got probably some local lawyers who could help you figure that out,
Thank
or Miss Werner on the end can help you as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
During that approach, I'm shot up briefly.
Yes.
I discussed that with Mr. Nichols. I suggested 2 week reset. I should have an answer on pretrial diversion unless it'll be disposed of without a trial.
Do you think 2 weeks is enough to get that answer?
Not to get a real answer.
No, I don't think so. We'll do a normal reset.
I would suggest.
You're Isaiah Green?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Green, why are you wearing sweatpants to court?
I don't have clothes. That's it.
All right, so Mr. Green was here previously in clause number 24, DCCR 1159, entered a plea of guilty to assault of a peace officer. I've received that pre-sentence report. Have you both had an opportunity to review it?
Yeah,
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Any additions or corrections?
not from defense. Not from the state, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Let me ask you, Mr. Green, I have a notation here about a substance abuse assessment based on some of the things that I saw. If I test you this morning, what are you going to have in your system?
Okay.
Nothing today? Let's double check that. Have a seat in the jury box first, okay? Good morning. Are you Treasurer Harris? And Ms. Harris is charged with unlawfully carrying a weapon on prohibited place and cause number 24 DCCR 1482. And Mr. Lewis, what is the announcement?
Judge, I've received the discovery, of course, and an offer from the state. I've talked to Ms. Harris about it a little bit, but I would like to speak with her and her parents a little bit more, especially given her age and, her being in school at this time.
All right. Any issues with one reset?
No, Judge, just would you please admonish her, especially if she's still residing on the campus of Lamar, that she is absolutely not supposed to have a firearm anywhere on the Lamar campus.
Are you living there?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I didn't think so. So at this point, a condition of your bond based on the nature of the offense, and this may change in the future, is that you have no firearm at all in your possession, wherever you're living. You understand? So you can't have one in your car. You can't be with other people that have them. You're just not to be around firearms at all. Okay. So we'll just do a normal reset. The case is a little old, but it looks like you were just appointed, not that long ago. So we'll reset it and then we'll see where we get. Make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Lewis, make an appointment, go visit with him about everything. And that way we'll know what we're going to do with your case at the next court date. Okay. You're free to go. Thank you.
Judge.
And you've got, Devontre Johnson, Mr. Lewis.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. You're Devontre Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
And see, in clause number 25 DCCR 0438, Mr. Johnson's charged with failure to comply with sex offender registration requirements. And what is the announcement?
Judge, Mr. Johnson came to the office, met with me. There is some additional information I would like to give to Ms. French. She has conveyed the offer to us last week that I, conveyed to my client. But I just get a little time to.
And it looks like you were just appointed also on this one as
Yes,
well.
ma'am.
So we'll just do a normal reset. Mr. Johnson, make sure you make an appointment visit with Mr. Lewis before the next court date so that you can go over all the information that he's received and we'll see what we're going to do with your case at the next court date.
Yes.
All right, you're free to go. Are you Crystal Julian? And based on some of the information in the pre-sentence report, I want to have Ms. Julian tested also before we go forward with sentencing. Ms. Julian, have a seat in the jury box. We're going to have a drug test done. All right, tested negative, which is good. And so, any reason not to go forward with sentencing?
Not from the.
No, Your Honor, I'm still on the board.
All right, Mr. Green, in clause number 24, DCCR 1159, again, I'm going to find that you entered that plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney. Defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay the $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That is going to include having a substance abuse assessment and then following any recommended treatment if they think there's any. So whether you think there's an issue or not, if they say you need something, then you'll be required to do that. If you do everything that you're supposed to on this probation, this is an excellent opportunity because you're not a convicted felon. And at the end of the probation, if you successfully complete it, the case will actually be dismissed. You'll never have a felony conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court and you could be found guilty and you could go to prison for between 2 years and up to 20 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And so probation also, just because it sounds like there might be some stuff going on in your life, some issues, probation's there to help you. If you need help with housing, if you need help with getting a job, whatever it is, talk to them ahead of time. Get that help ahead of time so that you don't get behind or not show up or kind of get back down the wrong path with drugs or something like that because of the stress of life, and then end up back in here just for those reasons. All right. Be open and honest with your probation officer, and they're there to help you. We want you to succeed. Everybody does. Okay. All right. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed. So you waived your right to appeal. If you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This entire courtroom session is a powerful snapshot of how the justice system balances accountability, second chances, and consequences. We saw one defendant walk away from a plea deal and head toward trial, risking years behind bars. Another received probation with a chance to avoid a permanent conviction, and others were given strict warnings, extended supervision, or even higher bonds after repeated violations. What stands out most is how every decision carries weight, whether it's accepting responsibility early or continuing down a risky path. Judges aren't just handing out punishments, they're constantly weighing fairness, public safety, and opportunity for reform.